So this is Sean with Rock All Photography Music Magazine, and I'm sitting down with Neil Fallon, lead singer of the band Clutch. How you doing, Neil?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. So I'm a huge fan of Clutch, and actually I've brought in 2 New Year's Eves with you guys photographing your shows, which is pretty cool.
Oh, right on.
And I'm going to flatter you a little bit, but man, how do you conjure up the energy to be the ultimate frontman every night on tour?
Well, thank you very much for saying that. That's kind. But I have the good fortune of having 3 awesome guys on stage with me, which makes it infinitely easier. And the set's 90 minutes, so that's really the only exercise I get all day. So I just I save it up for then.
Got it.
And I always, there are days when before the show that maybe not feel like I'm chomping at the bit, but then I remind myself somewhere out there's someone who's seeing the band for the first time, and you only get to make one good impression, and there's somebody who's seeing the band for the 100th time, and you can't let those people down. And the live experience, you don't get to redo that. You don't get to copy and paste something. It's one and done.
And that's awesome, man. I mean, just that statement alone shows how much you care about your fans, and you have such a great following out there of Clutch fans, and I think I'm even in one of the fan groups on Facebook, actually. But diehard fans love your stuff. It's awesome. How long have you guys been together as Clutch?
This August will be 27 years.
Damn, that's awesome. Really cool.
It is very cool.
So, press release came out just the other day. You guys announced a tour with Sevendust and Tyler Bryant and the Shakedown doing the Book of Bad Decisions Tour 2018. Have you toured with either of those bands before?
We've not toured with Tyler Bryant, but we got hip to them through Vance Powell, who recorded Book of Bad Decisions as well as them. At Sevendust, man, we did a tour with them years and years ago. I think it might have been 98. Both they and we were the opening acts for Limp Bizkit. And we, kept in touch over the years. And that's another band with the same lineup that's been doing it for a long time. And so we can share old man stories.
That's great. Well, I also just saw today, it's pretty awesome. You guys are giving fans your new album in a physical CD format when they purchase a ticket to one of the shows. That's a really nice treat.
Yeah, that's they can get it either physical as a CD or download it. We own our own record label, and because of that, we have to think about things like this in a world of streaming and YouTube, which we all agree to ourselves when we allow our music on things like Spotify. But there's so much out there, and it's so easy to get lost in the shuffle. It's important to be able to keep your head above water, and this is one way for us to do that. And hopefully people will realize that ticket has a code on it, and they can use it to get the copy of the record. And if they already have the copy of the record, they can still get a copy from the ticket and give it to a friend.
That's awesome, though. That's a great way of getting your audience the music front and center. It's a great idea. I also saw today and checked out on my Apple Music that you guys released another single off the album, the song "How to Shake Hands," and you also have a cool limited edition 7-inch picture disc that came out today as well.
Well, we've got a number of things. We've got 7 inches for the first 4 singles. The 2 of those with songs on each side. The first one is "Give Me the Keys" and "How to Shake Hands," and then we'll have another one for the next 2 singles, and then we'll have vinyl picture discs for the full length, which will be a double LP. We'll have vinyl, regular black vinyl, double LP, colored vinyl, LP, CD, and then we're just about done with finishing up a book, which is a lot of photographs and handwritten lyrics that the CD will come in as well. So we've got,
awesome.
A number of different items, different formats for
cool. Your 12th studio album. Can you give me a sneak peek into the idea behind the album? I think I heard a story on Sirius XM about keys in a van and being held up or something like that.
Well, yeah, that's the tale behind "Give Me the Keys," which was what happened, an incident on our very first tour. There's was a legendary club in a cornfield in Lawrence, Kansas called the Outhouse. And we were supposed to play at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and we kept getting bumped, and eventually played at like 11 midnight or something like that. And there was only a handful of people in the audience, maybe one or two. All the other bands had left. And one of those bands had stolen a microphone, and the security had decided that we were the ones that stole it, and they'd been drinking all day, firing rifles into the corn. And they decided that they were going to use those rifles to extract this non-existent SM57 microphone from us, which had a retail value of about $80, I'm sure. And it was because nothing happened, mortally there. It's a great story, and it was a great way to have a first tour. It was kind of a baptism by fire. But it took a good deal of poetic license with it. Oddly enough, when I kind of shared that backstory with the song, the sound man from that gig got on some message board, just screaming bloody murder about this, how we were a bunch of jerks all day long.
No way.
We were entitled, and you know what? We were jerks because we were supposed to play at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and we ended up getting rifles pointed in our faces. So no apologies. I'm sorry.
Wow, what a cool story, though. You lived through it, right?
It is.
Well, we here at Rock Off Photography are really excited. We're going to be covering the INCARCERATION Festival in Mansfield on July 13th, 14th, and 15th. And we'll be covering you guys live on that Sunday. What are your thoughts on that festival? It's a little different than some of the other major festivals, incorporating tattoos and the Mansfield prison there.
Is that the Shawshank prison?
Yeah, it is. It's where they filmed Shawshank. I've actually walked through it by myself with a camera, and it's creepy as hell.
Yeah, I just learned that like in the past hour, and I honestly didn't know it was in a correctional facility until a couple days ago. Yeah, we've done that before in Australia in a Victorian prison, and I love history, but at the same time, I think I'm sensitive, as well a lot of other people, to the anguish that those walls hold.
Oh yeah,
and it's cool to talk about, but it's a cool backdrop, and I'm glad that they're able to use it for something positive now. But if it's anything like the prison in Australia, reading the graffiti on the walls is at the same time fascinating, but also very moving. That there was a lot of suffering that happened there, and thankfully everyone that elects to go there for that festival also can elect to leave. Not everyone could say that, but
absolutely. Yeah, and luckily it's outside and not indoors there.
Yeah, the Australian gig we did, all the dressing rooms were in the cells.
Oh wow!
So it was pretty heavy.
Well, I guess they're also doing tattoos and doing some other neat stuff there. So it sounds cool. I'm looking forward to it. With that lineup and 3 days of some really cool music, do you guys get any time to hang around and check out any of the bands that are playing?
Sometimes. I mean, it depends. I mean, this will be a one-off for us, and I usually check out bands after us, and it's just because I know that I don't have to think about our show anymore.
Right.
So, who's ever after us, maybe I'll have the luxury of checking that out.
That's cool. Yeah, it's got a cool mix of, some bands from the 90s like Bush and Suicidal Tendencies, and Fuel mixed in with some of the new bands, which I think is a cool mix for a festival. I'm really looking forward to it. Any bands on that lineup that you're would want to check out?
Yeah, to be honest, I'm not hip at all to who's playing. I know what I'm doing later on this afternoon, and that's about as far as I go.
I got you, man.
I grew up listening to bands like Suicidal Tendencies, so I'll definitely take a peek at that.
That's awesome. Well, we're going to post up your tour dates on our website and socials, and definitely push out any information about the new album. And anything else you want to share with your fans out there?
Just an enormous thank you. We've been doing this for 27 years, and we can only say that because of our fans, old and new. And come see us live, because that's what it's all about.
Definitely, I couldn't agree more, man. My first Clutch show blew my mind. You guys have so much energy on stage, and you have these looks on stage that are just priceless, and I love capturing it. Looking forward to seeing you guys in July, and wish you guys the best with the album release and the tour.
Sounds great. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Neil. Have a great day.
You too now.
Bye.